Alright, let's talk about Everybody Loves Raymond, a sitcom that, in my opinion, mastered the art of turning life's smallest frustrations into comedy gold. But here's the thing, not all seasons are created equal. Today, I'm breaking down every season, but not just ranking them. I'm diving into why they matter, what they reveal about the show's evolution, and what makes this series still feel relatable decades later. Let's get into it. First off, Season 1. Honestly, it's like watching a completely different show. The characters feel one-dimensional, the pacing is slower, and Frank and Marie, they're just straight up mean. What's fascinating is how much the show changed its tone. Personally, I think this season is a reminder that even the best shows take time to find their voice. It's not bad, but it's like the rough draft of what Raymond would become. What many people don't realize is that Ray Romano hated the title at first, and watching Season 1, you can kind of see why. It's more Full House with an edge than the sharp, character-driven comedy we know and love. Now, Season 9. Here's where things get interesting. By this point, the show had stretched its premise pretty thin. The addition of Amy's family felt like overkill, and the focus shifted too much away from Ray and Deborah. But here's the thing, the finale is one of the best in TV history. It's heartfelt, sharp, and ties back to the show's title in a way that feels earned. If you take a step back and think about it, Season 9 is like comfort food, familiar and satisfying, but not as exciting as the earlier seasons. What this really suggests is that even great shows can lose their spark, but they can still end on a high note. Season 2 is where the show starts to find its footing. The character-driven stories begin to shine, but it's still uneven. Robert, for example, feels like a caricature, and the supporting cast is bloated. One thing that immediately stands out is how the show struggles to balance humor with credibility, like in The Checkbook, where Ray's cluelessness feels forced. But here's the kicker, even in its inconsistencies, Season 2 lays the groundwork for what's to come. It's like watching a show grow up in real time. Season 8 is a late series surprise. By this point, most shows are winding down, but Raymond delivers some of its strongest episodes here. Robert and Amy's storyline takes center stage, and while Amy never fully meshes with the Barones, their romance adds emotional depth. What makes this really interesting is how their happiness contrasts with Ray and Deborah's routine. It's a clever way to keep things fresh, but it also highlights how the show worked best when Ray and Deborah were the focus. From my perspective, Season 8 is a testament to the writer's ability to keep things interesting, even when the main character's stories felt played out. Season 7 is where Raymond hits its peak, again. This season expands the characters without losing what made the show great. Episodes like Baggage are pure comedy gold, and the season finale gives Robert and Amy the wedding they deserve. A detail I find fascinating is how the show balances absurdity with relatability. The suitcase standoff in Baggage is ridiculous, but it's also a perfect metaphor for married life. This season marks the end of the show's golden era, and it's a reminder of why Raymond is still celebrated today. Season 6 is consistently outstanding. Episodes like Marie's Sculpture showcase the cast's chemistry and the show's ability to turn absurdity into hilarity. What many people don't realize is how natural everything feels. The comedy flows effortlessly. But here's the thing, Season 6 is almost too polished. It's hilarious, but it doesn't surprise you. If you take a step back and think about it, this season is the show at its most comfortable, which is both a strength and a weakness. Season 3 is where Raymond finally hits its stride. The characters become fully realized, and the show strips down to its essentials. Episodes like The Toaster and Getting Even define Ray's character, and the supporting cast gets compelling material too. What this really suggests is that great sitcoms aren't just about jokes, they're about understanding human behavior. Season 3 is the moment Raymond realized its full potential, even if it's not quite perfect. Season 4 is a masterclass in consistency. By this point, the actors know their characters inside and out, and every episode feels natural. What makes this really interesting is how the show balances humor with heart. Episodes like Bad Moon Rising and The Christmas Picture are hilarious, but they also feel real. From my perspective, Season 4 is the show firing on all cylinders, and it's a reminder of why sitcoms can be so powerful when they get it right. Finally, Season 5. This is the peak. The character work is rich, the emotional moments are strong, and the comedy is razor sharp. Episodes like Super Bowl and Wallpaper are standout examples of how the show could turn simple situations into huge laughs. What many people don't realize is how much Raymond relies on relatability. It's not just funny, It's real. And that's why Season 5 is the best. It captures the inner workings of family life better than any other season. So, there you have it. Everybody Loves Raymond isn't just a sitcom. It's a study in how to turn everyday life into comedy. Each season has its strengths and weaknesses, but together, they tell the story of a show that evolved, stumbled, and ultimately soared. What's your favorite season? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.